Welcome back. Last time we did a lot. I don't really remember where we left off, but I have a couple things planned. First, I want to expand my sugarcane farm, and then I want to build a cow farm somewhere, as well as a sheep farm so I can get wool. So I guess we'll work on the sugarcane thing first. I think we're just gonna, well, obviously we're gonna have to expand it out this way, but I didn't think about that, and this is kind of just like it's just, I don't know. Anyway, it kind of falls off here, which obviously I don't want happening, so I think we're gonna have to do a little terraforming, starting with this little thing right here. Now we can kind of just make this whole thing even, which I think this is good enough. So we need 19 of basically everything. So we need mud blocks, pistons, and observers. Basically finished. We're missing one block here, but I'm gonna do that for now. No one's gonna notice. Now I need to build a sheep and a cow farm, which I think we could do right here. I would expand this way further, but this is already so long and I kind of want to break off from that. So obviously we're gonna add more decoration. Like, this isn't how this farm is gonna look. Same thing with this. Like, I'm gonna add like a cover. We're gonna like build around it and stuff, and obviously build a trail, and it's gonna look nicer, obviously, but I just want to get my farms up and running so that I can get these materials and resources while I build. So next up is the cow farm, and it's gonna suck because we're gonna have to lure all my cows from over there to here. So the cow farm is pretty easy to build. I'm gonna have to fill this in with dirt, but basically let's throw it right here. Then we're gonna use this is basically the cow farm. We just need to get cows in there. Okay, so I basically finished. Basically how this works is I don't have any wheat on me, but once I get enough cows in here, entity cramming is gonna take over and they're gonna automatically just die, and then it's pretty simple. Their loot just drops into this chest here. Very simple build. It's not really efficient. It's not fully automatic, but it's simple for when I need leather, so yeah. Alright, so now that we have our cow farm in place, I think it's time we make our sheep farm. I think I'm gonna make it like right next to the cow farm, like right here. So I'll probably just fill in this little thing here with dirt and level the ground out. Yeah, let's get started. So this is basically it. We have a little system down here to collect all the wool, but obviously we don't have any sheep yet. However, I did catch some sheep right here. So let's just get them in and see if we can get a working example. So basically, we have shears in each of these dispensers, and once... Why is the sheep following me? Oh, wait, okay. So once it eats like that, you guys just got a perfect example. Once the sheep eats the grass, they then get sheared automatically by the dispensers, and then there's a little collection system down here, hopper minecart, and you can see we get wool. So that's basically how it works. We had a couple pieces in last time, and then I'll demonstrate this cow farm as well. Basically, come up here. We have 24 cows in here. Doesn't look like it, but we do. And you just breed them like so, and you can see the entity cramming takes over, and the older cows get killed off. Let's see if we can get more. But yeah, the older cows get killed off. So it's not fully automatic, but for when I need leather, I could just, keep coming back, grab leather. This little guy, I feel bad. So is it the most... Oh, he grew up. Anyways, I could expand the sheep farm at some point. I don't really need to right now. Off camera, I did spend some time and I got a looting 3 villager. We're gonna try to make our farms look a little nicer. It's been working decently well. Same with our sheep farm. However, it's fine. But sometimes the sheep don't be eating their wool or grass like this guy. It just takes a while, but it's been working decently well. Same thing with our sugarcane farm. Not as quick, but I mean, I don't really know how it could get much better unless I build like a more advanced farm, but that's for the future. But I think for now we're just gonna make this whole area look a little bit nicer. I have a vibe of what I'm trying to go for. I live in California and there's a really nice town called Monterey, and I love it. I love how it looks. I love the vibe there. It's a little beach town, I guess. And I want to recreate something like that since, we're right next to the beach. I already had an idea. I could build a pier, like a boardwalk kind of, but I kind of need like a hill because it needs to be like over the water, up like higher over the water. But for now, I think I'm just gonna turn these into like little shops or buildings or whatever. Just make it look a little nicer on the outside. For my trail, I'm gonna do a mix of like, I think I'm gonna use a mix of andesite, cobblestone, maybe tough. I was gonna use tough for the roof, but I might experiment with it. Some gravel, and I also forgot I need clay. Like something like this, works decently well. Maybe I can add in some smooth stone as well. I don't know how polished andesite would look. It looks okay. I feel like it's a little too industrial, if that makes sense. So I don't think we're gonna use that. I like the regular andesite, but also mixing in some stone slabs. Maybe not too much, but... So this is what it's looking like. I feel like it's a little too random. I might get rid of the gravel. Because from what it looks like, the reference picture that I have, I'm going off like a real life picture, and it looks more like smooth stone and regular stone and maybe andesite. I like the cobblestone, but I don't think it'd fit as well. Same with the gravel. I feel like a mix of smooth stone and andesite would do. So we're gonna get rid of gravel here. Yeah, this looks a little better for sure. But now we're gonna move on to our first little house. Anyways, as I was saying, I've been pretty busy with school, which is a good thing, and obviously work. Yeah, I mean, I think I didn't have enough time to really be worried about anything because I was so busy with just life in general, and I think it's good to be busy, so you don't spend too much time with your own thoughts. But I never felt burnt out, especially recently, because I've been taking like Saturdays off. Basically, I hang out with my girlfriend on Saturdays, and we kind of just, we don't do much, right? Obviously I don't work, I don't do any schoolwork. So Saturdays are pretty chill, but even still, I don't realize, and a lot of people may do this, but like I spend like 70 hours a week, and I'm putting myself through something that I don't know if it's gonna work out. I'm doing it. I love doing it. I enjoy it, so I wouldn't say it's a complete waste of time, and obviously I'm learning a lot. Just kind of doing what I do. It's a great learning curve. It's helped me become more disciplined and patient. I think that's enough. It's my life, really. I mean, it's very tough, like I said, but I think I'm just going through like a crisis here. I'm also regretting my major incredibly. I'm a business admin major, but I kind of wanted to go into like software engineering or computer science or something like that. Should have listened to my dad, because he literally told me that's what I should do. And he's right, but I'm basically not basically done, but I'm pretty close to being done. So yeah, that's why I'm starting to feel a little burnt out. That's why I'm playing Minecraft. I mean, yeah, I kind of regret my major, but it's a little late to change anything. I mean, I guess you live and you learn. I'd probably be in school until I'm like 26 or something if I decide to go back for computer science or something like that. So yeah, I'll probably be working a miserable 9 to 5 for the rest of my life if my side project doesn't take off, but what can you do? And then you guys have probably seen how like the funniest guy in the room, or the most social, the most outgoing, is like the most depressed and the most lonely. Ooh, I think that's a little sad. Because like imagine the amount of energy someone has to exert just to put on like a mask for like an entire day, to cope and to deal with that feeling of emptiness inside. And it's understandable why some people are just, I don't want to call them lazy, but fighting an illness can be very consuming of your mental health. Ooh, that's amazing. And it's understandable if someone doesn't want to clean their room because they're sick or something. Sometimes you just gotta say like, fuck it, stop being a little bitch and just get shit done. But I mean, even me, I'm not gonna say I have that mentality, because I definitely have my lazy days, and I'm not gonna shy away from that. But it's like, you have bills to pay, you have a life to live, and then that's where people get a little more sick. It's like, oh, I don't have time to be sad, I don't have time to lay in my bed rot and do all this, or do basically nothing, when I have a family to provide for, bills to pay, a life to live. And then all of a sudden they don't want any of that. I always thought like the meaning of life was, I mean, there's multiple interpretations and everybody's opinion is different, and this is just my opinion. But for me, I always thought the meaning of life was to like have a purpose, and that purpose could literally be anything, like anything. But I feel like sometimes when people don't have a purpose, they become bored, and their will to live isn't very strong. Like, I think my parents are a decent example. They still want to live, obviously, but and my grandma, anyways, my grandma's old, and we tell her not to do stuff around the house. Like, she's always trying to do the dishes, take out the trash. Like, she's always doing the chores, right? And my parents, me, like, we tell her not to because she should just relax and, watch TV or something. But she chooses not to, she's making food, she's washing dishes, like, and I feel bad until I realize, like, she's bored, like, she's trying to find a purpose. There's not much else she can do. She goes on walks, she's active, which is great, but she's active, which is great, but she gets bored around the house, and she's trying to find a purpose and something to do. And I feel like with a purpose right now, I have a lot of motivation, right? My purpose is to provide a stable future for not only myself, but my parents and my family. I don't have kids, but my future family, I guess. But sometimes I'm at a point where I just don't want to not provide, but like I just don't feel like doing anything. I don't, and it's like I don't know if that's me being lazy or if I'm burnt out. Because I don't know if I spend a lot of time working or if I don't spend enough. Like, that's the real issue, but oh well. Anyways, I think therapy should be normalized. Not a lot of people know they need therapy. I mean, even in my current state right now, I feel not embarrassed, but the thought of me venting my feelings and spilling my life to a stranger, just, I don't know, Like, there's a lot of trust that needs to be upheld. Okay, so this is how it looks. I added fences right there, and I could probably add lanterns in. Named it Moo Moo. Don't know. I'm just gonna put this in here for now, but pretty small on the inside, but it's whatever. I also need to build this out, and I gotta figure out what to do with this, but added some fences in the back as well. I'm not hating it. I just don't know about like this part. That roof looks a little awkward, but I don't really know what to do there, so we're just gonna leave it for now. For this, I might have to change this roof a little. So what I'm thinking it could do is it gets up high and then it kind of like flattens out right here. But let's build. So these two would probably be part of the same building, I guess. So this is what the outcome is. I might change the roof a little, make it look a little nicer because it looks so awkward right now. This is the front. It looks decent. Yeah, I'll tune this up a bit, but this is what we have for now, and yeah, thank you guys for watching.